I told on my mom's married boyfriend and ruined my life. My mother started having an affair with a married man, Bruce, over 10 years ago. My dad left her over it, but she stayed with Bruce with the promise of him divorcing his wife soon. Spoiler alert, it never happened.
Shocking.
After 10 plus years of knowing my mother was the other woman, and after stalking Bruce's wife's socials, I couldn't take it anymore. He's a creepy man that no one in my family can stand, including my 3 other siblings. We've been tasked all these years to keep her dirty secret and treat Bruce as if he's not an adulterer. I took one for the team and sent some anonymous emails out to some contacts I found through social media. Bruce's wife responded to me and asked to speak, as she had no idea any of this was going on, which I highly suspected despite Bruce's lies all these years. So I sat down and phoned her. We talked for almost 3 hours. She's a nice woman who was nothing but kind to me. She's been married to Bruce for 30 years and had no idea he had a double life. His job allows him to travel frequently. I answered all of her questions. During this convo, though, I knew my relationship with my mother was over. I knew the details would get back to her and would pinpoint to me. Bruce's wife thanked me over and over and shared that she would be divorcing Bruce once she got her finances in order. It was a very emotional conversation, and I'll never forget the sound of her cries as I told her all the details. Damn, can you imagine? The next day, I was completely cut off from my mother. I had no way of contacting her, and shortly after that, a harassment of members of my family came flooding in. Messages of disgust toward me and support toward my mother. Everyone turned on me and will no longer speak to me. I can't imagine she's telling them the truth of what I did. I told on her married boyfriend. I'm shocked my family has chosen her side and abandoned me. Sometimes regret washes over me, but in the end, all I did was speed up the inevitable. And I did it for my siblings who couldn't stand his presence anymore. I thought I would get rid of him, but it backfired. Not only are Bruce or my mother getting married, my siblings chose her side and have cut me off. This weighs heavy on my chest. It did for the last 10 years, and now because of what I did, it will continue. Thanks for reading and letting me get it out. Edit! Thank you to all of the supportive commenters. I have a few people in my corner rooting for me, but these comments have been comforting and therapeutic. The number of family that turned on me, I truly started to worry I was the problem and made a mistake. To answer some questions, money is a huge factor in all of this, which is why my mother and siblings are so angry and not thanking me. I am my mother's oldest daughter. Only my youngest sibling lives with her. We are all adults. I have 2 young children my mother has thrown to the curb for Bruce. They will never know who she is. I am in contact with the wife. She's a lovely woman who is now aware of how this all unfolded and has been so kind to me. I like to think in another life we could have been friends. I spent a lot of time putting together proof for her so she can get what she deserves out of the divorce. Keeping in touch with the wife angered Bruce and my mother so much they told my family I was harassing the wife. That fueled the fire more for my family to hate me. To the few who have commented I should have minded my own business, I wish this never was my business. What a laugh. Okay, now we talk.
Yes, sir.
Now we talk. Okay, there is an update before we get into that, though. The update is from a year and a half later.
Yes. I read this story. I saw the update first, and I read this story, and I was like, this deserves to be told to the world, because OP did what I believe is the right thing. After 10 years of leading a double life, I felt like his wife deserved to know. Like, she deserved to know what she was married to. And if she already knew and didn't have a problem with it, then fine. OP wasn't doing any harm. But to let this woman sit in the dark and him to do this to a woman for 10 years and the mom to be okay with it, like, that's a hard thing to live with.
That is a hard thing to live with. The only thing that I can think here that I would have maybe done differently would be after that batch of emails was fired off and you got a response from the wife who had no idea any of this was happening. That was the proof you needed. The proof you needed was that she didn't know, because Bruce's narrative to this point to your mother was that she did know and they were in the process and blah, 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 blah. Well, you've got enough proof at this point to walk it to your mom and be like, hey.
I don't think the mom cared.
Well, you would have found out right then, though.
Yeah.
And that's the point. It's like, hey, at that point, I would have made them aware, because then there's no surprises. It's going to be a lot harder for her to use this against you because you didn't do it behind her back. You've included her at the moment where you needed to, and then still talk to the real wife. Still talk to her, but you have a conversation before doing that. And maybe that prevents the fallout that you feel right now. Maybe talk to your siblings, too. 1.5 years later, the update to I told my mom's married boyfriend and ruined my life. It has been 18 months since I blew my family life up by tattling on my mother for being the other woman for 12 plus years. 18 months of a smear campaign against me that has turned all of my family, except one sister and close family friends, against me. Even my grandparents, who basically raised me. Bruce's wife and I still keep in touch every few months. She's gone through way worse than I have. Her life was a lie, and she struggles daily to comprehend everything that has happened. I feel so much shame that my mother is half responsible for this woman's heartbreak. She still has been nothing but kind to me. The big question that remained unanswered for 18 months, why did my family alienate me? What lie did my mother and Bruce tell that made them not even give me a chance to speak? The truth is that I told them my mom's married boyfriend and blew up their vacation mode relationship. But we all know that couldn't be what she was telling people. Every night I would lay awake wondering what it was that was said about me. And finally I got the answer a year and a half later. My mother told everyone I was a drug addict, that I was affected cognitively from drug use. None of you know me, but I am not a drug addict. My family believed that lie without question because who would lie on their own child like that? She had to say a lie so far from the truth that no one would ever question it. So there it is. The damage is done from all ends. My family thinks I'm an addict, and I'll never forgive my family for believing that and turning on me. I pled with so many of them. I sent them the entire story from start to finish, and no one broke and came to my side. I will never forgive my mother. So much has happened in these past 18 months, and it's all her fault. She almost broke me, but thankfully I have an amazing family of my own that I created, a husband and 2 daughters and amazing in-laws. My sister and I have never been closer. We are healing together. The only thing I wish now is for my mother to stop smearing me. My husband deployed for 6 months, and she actively lied on me to people that would come and help me during that time to try to isolate me further. There's no limit to her mental torment. My mother will always be my biggest bully. Damn. There's a f***ing line. Going no contact with a narcissist parent is so hard. Don't let any old hag out there tell you it's their first time living too. It's your parent at the end of the day. I am her child, and she chose an ugly, balding man over me and 2 amazing granddaughters. It will always be her loss. Thanks again for letting me get it off my chest. Relevant comments here. Commenter, I'm curious, do you regret telling? Because at the end, it didn't seem to have much effect but to cause pain to Bruce's wife and destroy your relationship with your family. You said that your siblings did not like him, but only one still lives at home. How did it affect them? Did you expect your mom and Bruce to break up after your revelation? I agree, cheating sucks and it isn't right, but adults are going to do what they want. OP's response, you don't think Bruce's wife had a right to know? When all of this started, my youngest sibling was 6. We have been dealing with this for 12 plus years and I couldn't take it anymore. Yeah, I thought they would break up. No, I don't regret telling. Another comment, sometimes people don't want to know. Maybe she already knew and didn't want to do anything about it. You confronting her forced her to. People are weird and complicated. And if the youngest is 18 now and about to head out to life on her own, an option would be to just support your siblings in creating independent lives and putting distance between you and mom. I don't know, it just seems like you went through a lot for so little, but if you are content with your decision, that's all that matters. Commenters. Commenters like, hey, it seems like you're pretty comfy with where you're at right now. What about this bullshit though? Let's make you less comfortable with where you are in life.
I just loved that OP was so stood by what they did. And also I hope when we post this story that we share the out of it, and I hope it reaches OP's family.
Yes.
And I hope they know what pieces of shit they are, because to this mom, this disgusting excuse for a mom. Tons of people suck in this story, but for a mom to do that to her child, to choose a man that was having an affair with you, what the are you doing? You are a low piece of shit.
And link it this way. Here's the bottom line that I look at. That decision led to her being willing to lie to everyone and say that her oldest child is a drug addict so they won't believe the truth about you.
And not to mention,
that's where you ended up. And you're okay with that.
That OP has children of her own, and allegations like that with a deployed spouse could be detrimental.
BFD, you lose your kids. That's why the
fact that she her youngest child was 6 and she was making them lie for her. But I mean, it's just, I'm so glad that OP went no contact, and I know that has to be hard no matter how shitty your parent is, but I'm so glad that she did it for her, and I'm so especially glad that she did it for her daughters, because they don't deserve to ever experience anything from that woman. They should be protected at all costs, and I hope that OP can one day heal from all the hurt that this crazy bitch put her through.